Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Let's Play with author J.P.Edgar with this ridiculous looking guy. This guy with the stupid voice and the dumb face and the silly hair is going to play some games for you, for your amusement that he has never played before. Today we are continuing our journey with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Rebirth? Yes, Rebirth. So, not wasting more time. Let's get going. Let's get going. All right, chat. How you doing today? How are you all doing today? How are you doing? I'm still not used to A, my days being changed up, and B, my times being changed up. Every single time I realize I have to stream, I'm like, oh crap, I have to stream. So I'm always thrown off guard. Man, I'm so far behind today. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on today. All right. How's that for the audio balance? We're still trying to get thing. Yeah. Don't worry. It'll come around. It'll come around. I'm still trying to get the audio balance taken care of. Trying to figure out like a good input balance. So how's this? How's this? Let's get this going. Let's get this going. So we just finished playing some cards. That sounds good so far. Okay, let me know if you think it needs to be adjusted again. Yeah, we just finished playing some cards. Did we get any money for the card playings? I don't think so. And no, all we got were silly cards. So let's see. I think I'm going to have to go up here. I think that's going to be a way up. So we're going to be going across the bridge, turn left, and follow the right-hand wall. Cross the bridge. I think this is it. And follow the right-hand wall. We'll see. We'll see. There we go. There we go. There we go. And where do we go from here? It looks like... I don't think that's it. Let's see if we can't cut through right here. Yes, let's go down this little alleyway. Because that is definitely not where I needed to go. It looks like there's a big old stairway right here. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. See. Hi.
Cloud, over here.
Well, yes, baby. I'm here. Is that another clock tower we have to save? Is there a monster going to be on top of it?
Let's get started then, shall we?
All right, I guess we're running up a clock tower. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. It's not like we have to, we're on time for anything or running behind schedule. I was able to get the stream up and running in record time, essentially. I thought I was going to be running late today. That's how far behind I was. It's like, oh, I was so surprised. Yeah. All right.
I think Midgar's this away.
This away. Well, how far away are you? You should be seeing smoke in the sky.
It is far away.
So, did something happen between you and Tifa? Don't look so shocked. We're roommates, you know.
She say something?
Not about you two, no. Still, I can tell. I would have given anything to have a friend when I was growing up. Don't take her for granted.
I don't really remember some details after the original OG7, after exiting Midgar. Oh, my hair.
A-team, B-team, you know the drill. Find these terrorists.
We're not terrorists, we're just playing cards. I just had a flashback of playing Final Fantasy
They're
VIII.
looking for us, aren't they?
Gotta be.
So much for our day off, right? So what was going to happen if I said no to hanging out with Aerith? Big Ben walk, big bong.
Just what do you think you're gonna go?
That is some 80s hair.
Ah, there you are. There isn't much time. We need to get back to the inn.
But
Don't worry about your friends. They're safe. Trust me. No violence, please. This town suffered enough.
You know, he's got a point. Like if you escape,
Follow me.
oh, I thought you said back to the inn. Isn't this the inn? No, this is the clock tower. I was ready to turn around.
Not here. Well, we will take the back road. Hey, you. Seen anyone in
We're looking for a guy with a big old buster sword. See him from days away, but let him walk
I heard
away.
about the reactor bombings in Midgard. That was you, wasn't it?
Well, not
It's okay. I'm on your
necessarily.
side. Got a contact at HQ.
Your avalanche?
Hold on a minute.
Not exactly.
Look at that Koopa. Well, it's a Derpo. It's almost like a Koopa, but something's off. Something's amiss. Something just doesn't seem right.
Stop.
Hammer time.
Server's occupied. While we're talking, you two go up and over.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Something about being a contact? I don't know. I guess avalanche. Looking for a guy with a big old bunch of sword, cloud stuffed sword down pants, and Penguin walks out.
Now that you mention it, I think I might have. Though perhaps it was just my imagination. Or was it?
What was it? What was it?
Wait,
It could have been.
I know I saw some people who had a fugitive air about them. If only I could remember their faces.
Annoy someone else. Stop wasting our time.
This is a miraculously clean walkway with a bunch of pigeons on it. I know what you need to do. You need to wash it right now. Get some of that authentic pigeon crap all over it.
They turn up yet? No, but we're still searching buildings. They'll search harder. We gotta find them.
Pigeons are polite here. This town has suffered enough. they had a meeting on the power lines. They're like, we're not going to poo here. Ooh.
Not much further. But stay
Let me
on
try that
your
again.
toes.
My throat didn't want to roll. So it just sounded like a ooh. Alright, help from a local. Ghost pigeon. Ooh.
where are they?
Down below, waiting for you. The tunnel in the basement will take you outside of town. Leave now, and they won't catch you. Head to the east. A friend of mine runs a farm out there. He'd be happy to help you. Also, take this.
Did I buy that sword?
It's a transmuter. Converts raw materials into more practical items. A Republic antique, but it still works. You'll get more use out of it than me.
So it's a Philosopher's Stone. They introduced alchemy. Great, I gotta pick flowers now.
Could have just turned us in.
Yeah, I could have. But this town and I have a history with Shinra. Who knows? Maybe this will turn out to be the worst decision I've ever made. So before I change my mind, you'd better get going.
Okay, so a brand new function in the Final Fantasy games is transmuting items. From the item transmute screen in the main menu, you can convert raw materials into practical items such as consumables, equipment, accessories, and more. To expand the transmutation options, collect transmuter chips and found throughout the world, or improve your craftsmanship. What does that even mean? Why was he just... I guess we're going through the tutorial. We shall find out what this means now. Yes, let's begin the tutorial. First, open the item transmuter window. The currently transmutable items are listed here. Increasing your craftsmanship and acquire transmuter chips will expand their range. So... I suppose the chips are the items that you can transmute, like the formulas. Materials in the top right. Transmuting an item for the first time grants experience, which increases craftsman. Make sure to create new items whenever you get the chance. Okay. Transmute potion by selecting here, holding X. I created stuff as... Finish tutorial, okay. So why did it look... What is going on with you? Alright. So, it just seemed like he had all this energy and all of a sudden he's in pain. And now he's all... Oh, well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, won't we, chat? No, it doesn't matter. Let's move on. Air raid shelter. Arroo.
Oh, you made it. All in one piece? Sorry we're late.
For the love of... Where the hell have you two been?
It was our day off.
On a date. Kind of. What?
Well, that was the last one. At least till things calm down.
Trying to make Tifa jealous.
Got that? Now, let's move.
I think it was out of character for Red to nod. It was kind of implied at that point. Everyone did like a 1, 2, 3 surprise and like a simultaneous nod. Yeah, Red's like, oh god. He's got that Arthur Morgan in him. Don't make me regret it, my friend. Go fight Lenny.
Where there's a draft. This way.
Looks like a job for me.
That's it? That was your job? Wow, Barrett. You showed that pile of rubble. Not even rubble, just wood. Ooh, piece of candy. I think materia, hanging out is the piece of candy. So then what are the treasure chests? If the materia is a piece of candy, what is the treasure chest? What are the treasure chests? I'm still trying to figure out if streaming 3 times a week at noon, my time, is going to work for me because it's, like I said, it caught me off guard today. I keep thinking, let's see, I streamed yesterday, so I think today's Wednesday. Because for like almost 2 years, actually, yeah, 2 years I streamed on Tuesdays. And I'm streaming on Mondays, so it's throwing me off. It's throwing me off my groove, man.
Wow.
Yes.
It's so green.
Everything's so green. Does that mean I have to hunt? Barrett's gonna go hunting with his machine gun to pick up raw material.
A living, breathing planet. Even
That's right,
after
she has really
everything we've done to
exited.
it, it's still going strong.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
Guess I still have a lot to learn.
What do you want to know?
For starters, how do we cross these plains?
Come on now, that's easy. The same way you get anywhere. Pick a
Catapult.
direction and start walking. Left, go left, go left, right.
Okay.
I guess we won't be coming back anytime soon.
Guess not. Let's go.
Unnecessary hop.
And there it was, the first step on our new journey.
Actually,
You
it
coming?
was quite a bit ago.
Yeah.
Of course we are. Right?
Follow me.
Very well, Red. I shall follow you. Not left, left,
All right.
left, right.
Let's get this show on the road, people.
Choosing your party. Combat settings. Got it. Selecting a destination. Okay. I'll accept this. I'll accept this. Story markers. Blue explanation. Discovery markers. Blue circles or bluish purple circles. You can place your own pin or 3. Okay. Not unnecessary. We show that Aerith is carefree and whimsical. No, because our first step happened right. Ooh. Okay. So, bam, this was our first step. So you are mistaken, Aerith. All right, so let's check out the north. Let's see if Barrett's intuition is correct. Seeing if we could find some sweet, sweet loot. So far, we are lootless, Barrett. You have disappointed me for the last time. Push. You're not an integral part of the story, right? Where you at? Where at? There you are. And push. And push. Oh, who do a little run, run? Yeah, I know Aerith is like, just like all whimsical and carefree. That's kind of her personality. That's why, like, the devs made a big point, like a massive point for you to like really love her. Just so it'd be so heart-wrenching when they shank her. Well, that's the thing. You don't know if she's going to get shanked this time. What's this? Oh, I'm going to have to walk around and farm some stuff, huh? There's a lot of Z-axis movements, so I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that's right, it was a chocobo. How to quickly walk without fast travel. And I kind of remember it was via chocobo. They hop up and down, so you can climb on the Z-axis. All right. Well, at least the herbs are very easy to find, because you see the interaction markers from quite a distance. Nope, I couldn't kill him. Otherwise, that would have done it.
Should we be worried about those things?
We're fine,
How can you be so sure?
because I've read the field guide. Like any good soldier, local wildlife will only attack while on the hunt or in defense of their territory. Fiends, on the other hand, attack without reason. If they're attacking, what does it matter? It matters if your nose can discern their intent before they attack, as I gather yours can't.
They also made her the best character for heals, so you wasted all your damn time leveling her up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cutscene deaths. So traumatic. So out of place. So out of place. I'm not just talking about this game either. So it's really interesting walking around this game on like a world map like this. It's empty. Yeah, empty. I think empty is a good way of putting it. Because I've been walking around.
Metal monstrosity is, don't you?
It's a pipeline. Moves Mako pumped in Midgard to the outlying towns and whatever else.
You call it a pipeline, but I call it a funnel. One that drains the planet's lifeblood into Shinra's pockets. Mark my words, I'm gonna put a stop to that. Oh, I know. How about we break it in half and stick one end in the ground? That way we'll really be giving back to the planet.
There's an idea. Real genius one.
And unique? Very.
Oh, come on!
So, the original game, you walk around, you get into random encounters. Here, it's a beautiful land. Really interesting and intriguing to look at. On every axis, there's something going on, there's something interesting. Non-linear landscapes, unusual like shapes and all sorts of stuff like colors. But where's the wildlife? Where are the monsters? Where's the anything? Empty. That's what I mean. Well, as I was saying, yeah, there's no monsters. I haven't seen any monsters in a long time. And so long. Ooh, fighting as Red. Can definitely take down enemies with his razor-sharp claws and fangs. Square type foes, hold down to unleash whirling. Successfully guarding against attack field's vengeance gauge, which can be consumed with triangle to enter vengeance mode, increasing power dodge speed. Can activate it at any time, but will cost long. But will last longer according to how. Okay.
Ready, Lenny.
I already know how to fight as Aerith,
I'll show you can do it.
I think. All right, so now we got to do the Nagalorian. Because she is essentially like a slower ranged. Yeah, so I don't think anything has changed on that front.
Why don't you lead the way?
Take the lead.
I'll show you what I can
And then I always use Sorcerer's Storm because that's like an AoE chomp. So, as I was saying, it's empty. There's absolutely nothing around. No monsters, no living, no life forms, nothing. And I don't care what just happened, there are no monsters. I'm trying to figure out how the best way to grind would be. You could see where the mobs are, but there are no mobs to be seen. I haven't gotten to a fight yet. Look, my hit points are still at max. Asterisk. Really? Really? Everyone jumped over there, successfully jumped over there, but you. Got it. Got it. Got it. But like the interactive icon objects, the stuff that like does something when you touch it, that's just awesome. I love it. Yeah, but that I spoke too soon. Like a moment later, huh? Oh, look, some
We do this fast.
fine citizens of this area.
It's on you.
Because I remember the first time playing OG7 having to
So it's my turn? Over here. Get him!
ward shift. Maybe I should have looked at the tutorial. They actually did change her stuff. That was like a big old bad spell, ouchie spell thing. OG7. This is where you had to cross with the chocobo coming up. So you just saw that, right? All right, but first things first, we gotta pick some herbs. Door is locked. All right, let's check out the map, see what's going on. We have a thorn card. I didn't know that was a thing. So we'll probably have to do side quests and stuff to potentially get that card, but so long as it remains on the map, that should be good enough for me. I'm pretty far away. The card is still there. Let's see, we got air raid shelter, Kalm. Okay. 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 Oh, it's a card shop. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. But I recently played Kingdom Come Deliverance, non-streamed, of course. Of course. And there were no interactive icons unless you were basically close enough to sniff it. So like having the markers from days away is just, it's so nice. It's so nice. All right, let's see if we can craft something. We are missing one sage to craft that item for the first time. We're picking up all sorts of sprigs, but no sticks, no sages. Give me the sage. Oh, I don't think I've actually picked those up before, so I'll take it. But no sage. No sage for you. So, oh, time to rest in the old bones. Resting at a chocobo stop. While many chocobos stop built these days, the Republic has fallen into disrepair. Their benches are mostly intact. You can use a cushion to sit down for a rest, which will replenish your stuffers. So I now have a consumable. No, I'm not going to use a cushion. So what? In what way would I actually need to use someone else at the moment? Because I remember vaguely from Remake, not necessarily Rebirth. Okay. Invoking summons. Oh, gosh. When in the throes of battle, the entity slumbering within equipped summoning materia may begin to stir. I remember I always picked Tifa because she had the highest attack power. And she can actually buff her attack power throughout the fight. So I always played Tifa back in the day. I'm not talking about like OG7. I'm talking like Remake. So, but now, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a groove. But currently, I'm just going to play Cloud for a bit. He has decent mobility. Man, these birds just... They are immune to damage. They are like the apex predator, I suppose, because I was going to say apex prey, but they're still prey. Maybe the apex prey, because I couldn't hurt him.
Well, well. If it ain't my favorite group of hitchhikers.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Thanks again
Yes.
for the ride to Kalm.
Don't mention it. It's the least I could do for two such lovely young ladies. But I do believe I neglected to introduce myself. The name's Bill, and you can count on me for a lift anytime.
Where's Ted, bro?
Except today, that is. Afraid the old Bute's pulled up lame. Sorry about that.
No biggie. We're enjoying the fresh air. Thanks, though.
You, know someplace we can hunker down?
Hunker down, you say? Down.
Oh? I'd almost forgotten what it was like to be young and in love. Y'all just head straight that away toward the swamplands. You'll find an abandoned building by the dock. I guarantee no one will bother you there.
I miss Sam Elliott. No, it's not Sam Elliott. It's quote unquote Sam Elliott. So that one did not give me. Look at this. It's not showing up this time. Strange. Why didn't those show up? Why didn't those show up? Maybe they just didn't feel like it? I don't know. Those showed up. What are the conditions? It's because it was next to a dialogue? I don't know. Like those showed up from days away. Just a little bit ago, nothing. Strange. Strange. Did I ever find some Sage? Did I ever find some Sage? I did find some Sage. There we go. Now I need 2 Marjarons. Imposter Sid. Do you have any Marjarons? Exploiting enemy weaknesses. I forgot to do assessments.
Allow me.
Here I am just wiping everything out, forgetting about assessments altogether.
Take the lead. Ready when you are.
You ready?
I'm coming. This one's for you. I think we're almost done. It's your turn now.
Leave it to me.
Go on.
It's on you. No time to celebrate.
All right. So, where was I? Yes, that's right. I was complaining because I forgot all about the assessments. Now, granted, I probably only missed maybe 2 mobs. I suspect when I start going the correct way, I'll run into them again. But what needs to happen is
I got your number.
I need to level up the materia so it just scans everything all at once.
Deal with that.
I'll show you what I can do. One more shot.
Don't know what ward shift does. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Okay. Tutorials. Manuel. Battles. Let's see if it goes from person to person. There we go. Hold down stuff to things to do. Okay. That was not what I expected. There we go. Some of her abilities. So there's something on the ground. So when, okay, I just don't think I'm seeing it. It looks like it's like a magic circle or some sort of buff on the ground, so long as she stands in it. That's what it looks like. So they essentially made her limit break. Excuse me. One of her, not limit breaks, but one of her abilities, just straight up triangle. Okay. See, I need to go that way. I just turned myself around. Okay, hold on a minute. I gotta abandon dock. Main scenario. And what's here? A cuckoo spirit or okay, let's turn around. Oh, my German turn. We need one more. We need one more. Give me that, my German germs. No, my German germs. Show me potato salad. No. No. So I'm debating on whether or not I should post the 60 minutes of writing live on the J.P.Edgar not necessarily like a Let's Play channel, but like the author channel. Create a playlist. That's the word I'm looking for. Playlist on the stuff like that. Granted, it's like it's tough to say because the production part is blurred on my part because I'm protective of my my work. So it's tough to say. And it's like, aside from the 10 to 15 minutes before and the 10 to 15 minutes after, it's not really talking. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what should I do? It might be a little boring. Yeah, exactly. So it's tough to say. I don't think I will, but I've just been thinking about it. But boring or not, having it out there for people to see, regardless if it's a replay, people might see it and be like, "Oh, then I might as well join him on the stream because I can actually talk and interact and participate in the goals." Let's see, card again. This is increasing.
You ready?
Take it over. You're done.
So I don't know really what I want to do at the moment.
It's on you.
Here goes. This one's for you. And catch.
Uchis! Uchis again! How dare you give me the Uchis? See if I can get a prey off real quick.
It's your turn.
Let's do
Get the heal out.
That's it.
The difference between the live version and the recorded version, like the pre-recorded version, is how I show the work. The live version, everything is blurred out. Like I said, I'm protective of my work. It's not copywritten yet. But on the replay, not the replay, but like the pre-recorded version, the book would have been released and everything is copyrighted and protected. And I talked through my trains of thought, why I chose certain decisions, how people are developed, things you may see that you're like, oh, that would have been a good idea. Why did you take it out and stuff like that? Because I'm talking about my thought process. So if the book's already released and everything's copywritten, it's like, okay, there's not really much for me to be afraid of when it comes to, I think both of them are scams, right? There's not really much to fear in terms of IP theft because it's all copywritten.
Take the lead.
I'm
Allow
ready.
me.
Kinda hurt. Get him. Why don't you?
So that's my general train of thought. Trying to figure out what I want to do, but currently, my authorship channel is empty
Nothing to it.
because I kind of paused the 60 minutes of writing. Well, because of a little bit of time, momentum. Momentum I think is a big one because as I was recording it, I'm on like episode. What was that? Let me just look that up real quick. I am on episode 30, and I think I just got through Act 1. Episode 30, Act 1. That means it's going to be like a 100-some episode series of me writing a book. Now, I haven't worked on it in a while, so it's going to take like an episode for me to even kind of catch up where I left off.
Keep it together.
I'll show you what I can do. This one's for you.
Let's see if I can get her. Come on, prey. Get that prey. There we go. That way it should go off. It should go off. It should go off. Come on. Oh, come here. Come here, jerk. Here. You should have prayed. So that's the key differences between them all is what I show and how theoretically entertaining it is. But 30 episodes for Act 1, really long. Really, really long. 100 some episodes before I can even release it. So that's kind of my general thought. I mean, it was entertaining enough to... Well, what's going on here? So, bird, you good? Okay. It's just ghost pigeon. It takes a long time. I don't think it'll be a problem. All right. A couple of Moogle medals. Yes, that's right. There are Moogle medals. No, don't go down yet. Don't go down yet. Is there anything else I need to do while I'm up here? I guess not. I mean, I'll probably have to do something with this later. Not this time, no. You good, Blorb? All right. Well then, let's get to it. We're just going to go straight east. But it's difficult to say. 30 episodes in Act 1. I think it's Act 1. I'm trying to remember. But I'm actually in the middle of writing itself, so that means it should somewhat be quicker.
Take the lead. You're up.
Here goes. One more shot.
I'm actually going to have to heal. Oh, I have to use my ATV to heal. Boo. Boo. Alright, fine, I'll just do this. I'll just do this. This is what I get for actually not paying attention to anything.
I'll do better.
Alright. Spells cure himself. Spells cure. Spells cure. There we go. There we go. Everyone used a little bit of magic points. Okay, well, not everyone. Apparently, 2 people out of my party use magic points. Oh, run away! Okay. Weapon ability mastered. Okay, I could finally move on to that new sword.
Let's finish this. You're done.
See you around.
So I need to work on Aerith a little bit more so I can actually heal up in the middle of battles. But, so, chat, here's the thing. Let's say I do continue. I gotta go east, that's right. Northeast. I do continue with the 60 minutes of writing pre-written, like pre-recorded stuff. Would you be interested in like a 100-some hour, maybe 120-hour series, 120 episodes or something like that, of me going from the very concept to the completion of a book, talking through my thoughts and all that stuff. Like, would you actually be interested in something like that?
You'd be the Avalanche folks?
I found Lenny. It's Lenny.
Heard you'd be heading my way. You're safe here, but not for long. By the sound of it, Shinra's leaving no stone unturned. Might want to hole up at the old dock out by the swamp. I'd wager Shinra's forgotten it's even there.
It's a Borkweiler. What is this? Custom folios. Ah, okay. So it looks like you have an SP cap. So I actually need to upgrade this stuff. I'm just gonna randomly use them just so I can get away from the cap. Now, I really shouldn't be doing this. I should really look around to see what things are. But what I should do and what I am doing, nope. Not at all. There we go. I'm here. What I miss? I am the crowned king of... Spoke too soon. Buying and selling items. Yes. So there are two things on discount. I got a cushion. Whoo. That's right. I got stuff. Oh, crikey. Oh, crikey. And is this a bench I can rest me old bones, or I'd be into it just to see how other people write their books. What about writing books? So, you know our writing sessions on Monday? Because I believe you were there, right? Yes, I believe you were. So, I have it titled to 60 Minutes of Writing Live. But I also have a 60 Minutes of Writing pre-recorded. Oliver's Farm. The difference between the live and the pre-recorded is my general interactions and what's shown. The pre-recorded is me working on a fantasy book with an unlikely hero. And I talk about beginning to end, the concept, how the ideas came about, why I made the decisions, the characters, how they develop, and stuff like that. I go through everything and I talk it out. Because the original intent was maybe people want to write a book, but they don't know how. And this is just how I do it. And I talk literally step by step all the things. First is the 60 Minutes of Writing Live. It's about an hour and a half. It's 60 minutes of just straight up silence, and we're just talking. I'm sorry, we're just writing, which is fine. I enjoy that. I spend about 5-10 minutes before that figuring out our goals, figuring out what we're doing, and this and that, like interacting with the community. And I spend about 5 to 10 minutes afterwards talking about our achievements. How did we do? You know, plot twist has been crushing it, but we talk about like how do we do and this and that. So those are the key differences between the two. but I blur out my work because I'm very protective of my my IP. So, the question I asked before you arrived, Bartel's Bookshelf, was, would you be interested? Because currently I'm on episode 30 and I just finished Act 1, writing the first draft of Act 1. Would you be interested in watching like 100 episodes, 100 episode of like 60 minutes each, so like over 100 hours, of some doofus writing a book and talking about his methods? Plot twist. Oh, the ramp was a lie. Plot twist seemed somewhat interested because it'd be she said it would be interesting to see how someone else writes the book or something like that. No, I knew you were there. You were there. You're there all the time. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's nothing like that. I promise you. Who the hell are you?
Magnificent, isn't it?
Oh, you're not even a part of the party. Okay. For some reason, I thought that lady or that individual was like a party member. All right, so I'm just chilling up here, but I didn't see anything. So I think Windmill Settlements, Oliver's Farm. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I enjoy hearing about other people's creative processes. I think I'd have a hard time keeping up with 100 episodes, but I agree it'd be interesting to see. Well, let's see, another reason is for the fans. Let's say the book actually takes off. It becomes successful. People love it, but they're wondering why I didn't, have this character do this, or I didn't address the plot twist, or the gaping plot hole, or something like that. Stuff like that. So when diehard fans actually think about it and look into it, they can actually get the answers they're looking for. That was also another one. I think you could edit it down and stick to the key moments during the writing process. See, that's the thing. It's like if I start editing that down, it's going to be a lot of time, a lot of work for me to go through everything. And I'm already spending a lot of time on stupid projects like my Let's Play channels. All right, let's go east, south, east, and then turn left. So how would I identify key moments on something that I believe is rather important the entire time? So I think if I'm going to release it, it's going to be 100% raw, and I forgot to turn right. That's okay. We can catch up real quick. So it's not going to be, there's not going to be any edits beyond general. There's a bridge right there. It's beyond very general things like, for example, okay, okay. So I'm using the same camera as I was during the 60 minutes of writing. But as I'd move the camera, eventually I accidentally would do this. So like the final episode is something like this. So I'm recording, I'm thinking everything's okay. And here I am, blurry as all I just don't even notice it. It wasn't until I was taking I was doing a certification exam, and they're like, your camera's blurry. I'm like, is it? Right. So I have like a bunch of episodes where I'm out of focus, which is poor quality, absolutely terrible. But I also fixed that. Now I know about it. Well, I understand where you're coming from. On one hand, I don't want to do that. On the other, the entire point of it is for me to explain my writing process, my thought process, and stuff like that, and to potentially help. Who the hell has steel? Someone needs to just start stealing stuff.
Go for it.
I'm coming. One more shot. This one's for you. You okay?
Synergy skills? I'm executing
Feeding time.
I don't care anymore. Moving on. So somebody has a mug or something like that, or steel. I need to start stealing some rare things. So, I don't want people to think they're stupid. I'm not treating them like they're stupid. I gotta put my camera back in focus because I kind of screwed it up. All right. And I also have to put the stream back. That's probably what you're talking about. But the entire idea is to talk things through. Because even during the 60 minutes of writing live, I'm just sitting here doing this. I'm thinking. And that's kind of, instead of thinking to myself, I'm thinking out loud. That's all, that's the primary difference. That's the primary difference. I get where you're coming from, but it's too much dead or boring bits to find interesting parts. You may struggle to keep viewerships. Well, I know. I understand where you're coming from. I agree. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing it, because I don't think people would find it interesting. They might find it interesting for like 1 or 2 episodes, but then the novelty of the situation is going to wear off and it's just going to fade away, and I'll have like all these videos with no views. So that's kind of the reason why I stopped. And for me to go through all that time when I could be working on another book or working on the stream or something like that, I just don't have it in me. It's bad enough I have to go and write a brief description on what we're doing now on the Let's Plays. What is this? This is nothing. This is nothing. For me to go over all that footage, I'm just not feeling it. So it's either raw or nothing. I gotta find out who has what materia. Besides, you gotta switch out your sword. Yeah. I didn't buy the sword, chat. I didn't buy the new sword. He's stuck with this stupid thing. Criminy. Well, when I would finally release it, the book would be released. So I'd probably have sort of navigation guide at the very least. I don't know. It's tough to say. 100 episodes of unedited chatting with no way of people to easily navigate to find the subjects they're interested in feels like a big ask, even for hardcore fans. I'd be interested in a few writing process type streams or videos, but maybe not hundreds of them. Yeah. I get you. I hear you. I really do. There, now you have the steel materia. So let's see. Aerith. Wind damage up. Not so fleeting for that. We'll do that. I don't think I have any more unequipped, but some materia are equipped from people I don't have immediately available. V.E. Schwab books, reads her books, a darker shade of magic, and talks about what her process was for that chapter. That would require me reading, though. I don't have time to read. Screw that. You don't want to hear me read. I can't read. I cannot visualize the words. You've heard me read. It's not good. It's just not good. See if I can't swap out some people. Let's get Tifa swapped out for Red for now. Actually, is Red getting anything? I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out later. Fail to steal item. Oh, what a... That was useless.
Keep it together.
Ready or not, here I come. One more shot. You can do it.
I'll have someone else dodge that for me.
Keep it together.
Here goes.
Never mind. I'll just do this.
Why don't you lead the way?
Hang back.
Try to get you ideas. You don't have to be doing exactly like that, but I'm just saying there are options. Other people doing similar stuff. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I've also been in the process of completely reorganizing my daily and weekly schedules. Whether or not I can actually follow them is a different story. But I'm doing what I can to actually think about like getting stuff like that done. All right, I believe everything except this has a check mark, and I need another return. But the thing is, I'm not telling people how to write a book. This is the best way to do it. I'm not saying that at all.
It's on you.
The goal was, this is how I write a book. And it worked for me, considering my limitations when it comes to literature. And I have a lot of them. A lot of little difficulties. You know what I mean? I should go.
Moving on then.
So, I don't know. I really want to write that book. I really do. I love the concept. I'm enjoying the characters. But if I do any more writing and it's outside the 60 minutes of writing, then I'm not going to follow up with that idea. I'm just going to write it on my own. Now, the book I'm doing for the 60 minutes of writing live, that's not this book. That is a sci-fi pseudo-mystery. That's supposed to have been sent out to my beta readers by January 1st. I'm not that far behind, right? I'm only, what, 5.5 months behind? It's not that far. It's not that far. It's not that far. When I heard that I got accepted to the author booth thing for the California State Fair, what is that? What is that? What is that? This smells like a boss. This is smelling like a boss. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is giving boss vibes. Never mind. All right. Is it on the, no, I don't think so. What makes it a pseudo-mystery? So the original concept was I was going to do like an actual mystery in a sci-fi setting. But as I started writing the book, and how things started to turn out, the mystery started to become like a side plot. So it turned from being a mystery, like whodunit, to a lot of subtle and unsubtle questions that clues and hints are given throughout the book, but it's not the main focus. Does that make sense? What is that? Broken. I don't know what that was, though. I don't know what that was. Did I go all the way to the north? I did not. So it was originally supposed to be, like I said, a murder mystery in a sci-fi setting. But things just kind of went elsewhere.
Keep it together.
Ready?
Failed to steal item. So you just can't steal items, can you, Cloud?
Don't overdo it.
Here goes. Here it comes. This one's for you. Why don't you lead the way?
Going in. That'll do.
You probably have to find those and break them to unlock that cave. Or yeah, it might have to like power up something. It might be like one of the weapons, or it might be a summons or something like that. But basically, it needs to charge up or whatever. And this is not the north. A sprig of sake. Did we ever find a Merlin? I don't think so. All right. So, is this now on my map? No, I don't. Weak sauce. Weak sauce. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out my next steps on this whole writing shindig, whether it's streaming or pre-recorded videos. Still trying to figure things out. I don't know. Terrain actions. Oh. But yeah, I really want to produce content for you all, stuff that you find enjoyable, entertaining, and insightful. But I also can't be spending way too much time on it. That's the problem. Because I got school, got work coming up, I got all sorts of stuff. I don't want the time to be taken away, too much time to be taken away from writing. I got this. So like any time spent is time away from writing. So I'm trying to capitalize on that entertainment factor for you all, that engagement, tie it in with writing, which is where the 60 Minutes of Writing Live comes in. I'm trying to find a way to make it work where it's going to be like multiple days a week instead of just one. Kind of get back into the groove of writing. Take writing off the back burner. Get that the beta done so I can get it out to my beta readers. Assuming they still have it, assuming they're still interested. I don't know. I'm so far behind. I'm so terrible with communication that they probably just stopped caring. So it's just one of those things. I have a lot of things and concerns going on. So. I might just start spamming triangle as I'm running because sometimes things do not pop up. I also have to get used to this new time. Oh, time! I'm being attacked! Attack! First strike! Where are you? There you are. Is that something I haven't done before? Okay, let's assess that crappy thing.
Keep it together. I'll show you what I can do.
I got you. Just don't overdo it.
So it's my turn? Kinda hurt.
You are hasted. Very well. I shall actually do someone who does offensive stuff.
That's it.
Or is that a protect?
Let's finish this.
Yeah, that should just about do it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, what was I doing? Okay, I was just going straight south, following the road south. So, I've been working quite a bit on the author booth, the California State Fair events I have coming up. And I think a lot of it's coming out well enough. Some things I'm not a big fan of, for example, the California State Fair or author booth event, I'm not entirely certain which one it is, has a certain theme on some things. So I have to make promotional material based on that theme. I'm like, my books have nothing to do with that theme. How am I supposed to? So I had to adjust my train of thought when it came to promotions. One of the big disappointments, in my opinion, is my general limitations of my attendance. Like what I can and can't do. So, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I had a job standing at a table in a department store and approaching people who entered the store to get them to sign up for a credit card. Not a great job. Actually, possibly one of the psychologically worst jobs ever I've had because it was so... I didn't feel good about it because I felt like I was pressuring people into doing something they A, didn't want to do, or B, they couldn't afford to do. And I didn't like it at all, so I actually quit that job. But that's not the point. The point is, I just remember standing there for long hours and just hating it. Hating it. So I didn't want to do that. Especially when it came to, like, me going to, like, events. I didn't want to be just standing there and hating it the entire time. But the author booth may be like that, and I'm concerned because I can't go around, interact with people, and chat with people and try to be social. I can't do that. I am not allowed to. It is in the contract that I am not allowed to do anything like that. So I'm just like, Criminy. So I'm just going to have to stand there and wait for people to approach me. I cannot say anything. I cannot do anything. I cannot hand anything out. I just have to wait for someone to approach the booth, approach my table before I can talk to them. That's essentially what I am told by contract I can do, but I can't do, and I'm kind of disappointed. It's going to be draining, just standing there or sitting there and just waiting. So, but I'm still like making and collecting things and trying to figure out how to go about doing things. And I think it'll be fun though to be able to talk to people when people show up. But that's kind of how things are. That's my reservations regarding the California State Fair event. Is my inability to go out and talk to people. So. What do I need to do? Okay, here's where I need to go. Okay. I want to go there. But there's also so much stuff to fill in the middle. By the way, did I ever find a murders? I did. I got a murders. All right, a high potion requires question marks. Oh, it looks like I can craft equipment too. It's not... All right. Let's craft it. I don't know. I need mellow oak. 3 more so I can craft the woodland spirit. What about this? I need... Well, I can do a... All right, let's just do this. I'm kind of crafting everything at least once. That way I get the level and experience, and I get some extra stuff that I can equip with people. It is just sad that I didn't buy that sword like I thought I did. Let's see. Power wrist, you're going to keep that. Red, you're in my inventory. I don't have anything else for you. Let's see. Yeah, you can... No, Aerith should probably have the thing with 2 materia, right? Though I don't really have 2 materia per se. Alright, well, I guess you're going to equip something that increases your magic power because you use all the magic. I don't have any spare materia. I suppose what I could do... Invigorating Vengeance. Restores hit points when activating Vengeance. Counterspin. I don't know what that is. So let's actually de-equip people who are not in my inventory. Not in my party. So let's see. We have... Yeah, I think that'll work because... Aerith is kind of squishy. You stay at the booth and chat with the people that come to you. Most people go booth to booth, so I think we'll be okay. Really? Well, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. As an introvert, that sounds like a dream. Well, I'm actually an introvert as well. I can fake being an extrovert for a while, but it's socially exhausting. Like when I go to parties, I don't just go around chat with people and this and that. I'm usually the guy in the corner listening. And then I actually think, oh, look at this mess. And I start feeling bad, so I actually start cleaning at someone else's party. Like I went to this guy's party when I was like 22, and they were just trashing the place, and I felt sorry for the guy. So I'm like, All right, I'll just take care of some trash. Started cleaning up the place, and by that time I left, the place looked better than when I entered. Area of interest. You may find useful supplies hidden among abandoned facilities and settlements. Open all chests at the location to mark it on the map is complete. Okay. You find I already know about that. No, I'm not really an extrovert. I'm not, you know, a socialite. I know people who are. I'm just like, how? How can you just go from one person to another and have that much energy? Streaming for like an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, like 2 or 3 times a week is already exhausting for me. I used to sell as a mall and was doing the annoying sales routine. Then my boss was like, no, only if they come up to you. Just like, I mean, I see, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, on one hand, I like not being stressed to the point where you have to go out and make a sales quota. That's probably one of the biggest things. But another thing is, if you are a small brand like me, like the only people who know my brand, J.P.Edgar, are family and a handful of friends. And I'm not foreseeing very many people showing up who know me already to come and I'm being realist here, come and say hello and stuff like that. So in most cases, I firmly believe I will be just sitting there doing nothing. I am hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that other people around me will bring in traffic and people will want to come say hi, see like, who is this person, like, what is he about, and stuff like that. I'm hoping that's the case because this is actually my first event at the fair. Spam. So I don't know. I'm trying to manage my expectations because I know expectations, at least for me, they can really run wild. So I'm trying to manage them. I'm trying to keep them under lock and key, trying to keep them maintained. Because I had a saying, and this is still relevant in a lot of cases. I don't expect anything, therefore I'm not disappointed. But it's hard to when you all of a sudden just subconsciously have an expectation over something. Because if you can't be disappointed and you don't expect anything, all you can get is surprised. Triple slash because it has really good range. I've actually gone to events like this and like people legit go booth to booth sneaking through the, oh, that's fantastic. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. One of my biggest fears, in all honesty, is being turned off by the events. Is being so bored or uninterested or just hating it that I won't do it again. I actually legitimately fear that. Like, why am I going to be going to events? Why am I paying for all this stuff, like paying for a booth, doing all the prep work, spending all this time, and I just I just effing hate it. I hope it doesn't end up like that.
Take the lead. Leave it to me. Going in. Keep it together.
I'll take care of them. We'll make it quick. This one's for you.
This bud's for you.
No time to celebrate.
People go to events like that with money burning hole in their pockets. They went there wanting to buy something, so they're going to look at all the booths to find out what they want to buy. See, I usually don't go to like events like that because I'm a stickler when it comes to my coin. But when I do a project, I go all out in the budget. So, like, let's say I go to the state fair on my own. I'll set aside a budget. Like, okay, I won't spend any more than this. I'll have a soft cap of, let's say, $75. And at my hard cap, my budget will be $100. So once I reach the $75 mark, I am done with the spending, unless I see something I really want. Oh, wait. I think this is the chocobo races. Was usually a lot of my money on a regular basis is accounted for. I don't have a lot of spare coin, unfortunately. So I'm very picky about what I spend my money on. But then I'll just randomly spend my money on random stupid crap. So it's a double-edged sword. It's a stupid argument. I don't even know why I said it. All right, I'm just gonna bleep that out. All right, what? I think this is the chocobo race. I don't think it's unlocked yet. I hope you're right, Kai. I hope you're right. But like I said, I'm really hoping I just don't dread it. I don't hate it. Because writing is a pastime for me. It's something I do for fun. And if I start experiencing things I don't like about the pastime, it'll just eat at it, you know?
Keep it together.
One more shot. Get him. That's over.
As someone who's also been to cons and stuff, if I see a local or indie author, I usually take the time to at least look at what they're offering. Okay. I've gone to cons with the anticipation of spending a couple hundred. Can't promise this will be the standing of hundreds, but I imagine people going to have a set amount. Okay. Well, we'll see how things turn out. I mean, I am hesitantly looking forward to it.
We do this fast. Take the lead. Ready, run. Oh, you ready? Taking over. That's that. That'll do.
I'll do donkey. That'll do. I do the same thing if I'm going to content events. If I see an author booth, I go right for it. I have a huge indie collection. Okay, and if you hate it, oh well. It doesn't mean it has to ruin writing for you. Well, maybe, because one of the things I want to do is interact with the community and get feedback, talk to them, stuff like that. I mean, I suppose I have this, so there's that. Forgotten Tread.
That thing's Shinra's?
Looks like. But definitely an older model.
From back when they were duking it out with the Republic.
Hard to imagine this was once a battlefield.
Harder still to find land anywhere that hasn't been a battlefield at some point.
True to a point, I suppose. True to a point. Yeah, you said it yourself. This is just a hobby. Who cares if you don't like, you don't advance. No need to worry about it. If it's something you do for fun. Well, if it takes off, it takes off. That's been my mindset for most of the things I do for fun. If it takes off, it takes off. Great. If not, I'm still doing it for fun. But I also discovered that I'm putting all this effort, money, and energy into something, and if it just stays idle, I start to wane on my interest. You better bring a pen to sign. Yeah, I'm bringing my pen. Never leave an indie author without getting a book I bought signed. And I'm making you sign my copies. Yes, I know. You want your copies signed. Next time I see you, just bring your copies. I'll sign them for you. It's not that hard. Gosh. When was the last time you brought your books over to see me and I'll sign them? Never mind, I got a hand injury, so it crimps up. But then it came to art. No, that's not. It crimps up. But then it came to art. No, that's not true. School ruined that for me. Games. Ooh, game design. That is one of them. That is a huge one. I did a lot of game design and stuff like that, but nothing came of it, so I stopped because nothing came of it. Never mind that there was a bunch of circumstances that contributed to nothing coming out of it. It still really drained my motivation. It really did. It was just like, it was so awful. I might have to play Aerith for a bit to get some heals out. But game design was big. I went to school for game design because I was under the impression that it was an industry that was booming. An industry that wasn't going away, which is somewhat true. Growing industry, all this and all that. And I had my mindset to be a technical artist. Now, where the heck is this thing? Because I got one attitude. Oh, I got it because the other one's behind there. But when I graduated, the industry crashed. Like, people who were exponentially more talented than me were struggling to get jobs, and that was tough. Now, granted, if I actually stuck with it, I probably could have probably succeeded more. But I spent years trying to succeed in this, and nothing happened. Like, nothing meaningful happened. And I was just like, I'm done. I am done with this. And I moved on. My company closed. The industry continued to crash, and I was just done with it. I was done with the gaming industry. I was done with IT for a while. Always remember, this is an industry of rejection. You're not going to hear 100% of the time, but you get a yes or no. Don't let no one make you stop before you get your... Oh, that is true. That's why I'm very thankful for Melange. That's for publishing my books and giving me that chance. And even if nothing ever comes out of it, out of my authorship, if zero things come out of it, I just wasted thousands and thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours and like all this stuff. I will still be thankful to them because they're taking a chance on me. They're taking a chance on a nobody like me. Because in 2019, that's who I was, a nobody. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knows who I am now, but that's almost not entirely accurate. But they liked the story. They read it. Never mind the fact that I had to rewrite the entire book, but they liked it enough to where they took a chance on me. I will always be thankful for them. Pause. I don't want to go pause. I want to go this screen. What an unusual... Okay. It's pretty unusual that when I push the option button, it may or may not go to the screen. Not sure how I feel about that. All right, let's see. No, you actually need to change that one out. There we go. I know that the book industry is an industry of rejection, and I am prepared for that, especially when it comes to this sci-fi mystery novel I'm writing. I am going to try to branch out to other publishers. Not that I have any problem with Melange, but I want to see, now that I have 3 books under my belt, to see what other people have to offer. Have to offer, not author. So I may get rejected time and time and time again, but then I'll know. I'll be like, well, even with these books, I'll get rejected and nothing will come of it. But what if a publisher likes it and gives me more insight on how to better promote myself? Gives me more help when it comes to general advertising assistance and stuff like that. Because Melange is a small publishing company. They don't do any of that stuff. Like, all that is on me, and I am absolutely terrible at promoting myself. Exactly, I've been writing semi-seriously since I was 16, and I'm still doing it, despite the fact that it hasn't really gone anywhere. But I do because I enjoy it, and I can't do anything else. All right. I think we're finally where we're supposed to be. It took a while, huh? It took a while.
No sign of Shinra.
Yeah. Looks like an old Republic landing.
Could borrow a boat, make our way across. Then, head on through the mines and keep going till we hit Junon.
Sure. Why not? You trust these rotting hulks?
As he licks his lips.
I mean, we could.
Let's not.
Then maybe we swim it.
This swamp is home to the deadly Midgard Sormer. Beware.
But even if you're slow, you can rent a chocobo. We'll see you safely past being nothing if not fast.
So just give Bill the word and he'll pick you out. A bird.
Well, can we rent some birds?
Can we?
2 girls, 1 bow.
Fine.
All my life, I've been gearing my professional careers out of something that I love to do. This was a lesson I learned. Okay, when I say all my life, that's all my adult life. So, this was a lesson I learned when I was living in Alaska and I was an industrial painter. And I remember working in a wind tunnel doing a lead abatement where the wind chill was like negative, I don't know, 20 to 40. It was ridiculously cold. And I caught pneumonia. So I got really sick. I hated that job. Not like the actual job itself, but like the job. Like, I'm a painter and I have a job of painting that building, but then I have another job of painting the other building. That's what I mean, like the sub job. I hated that job. I hated going to that wind tunnel. I hated the fact that it got me sick, so sick. So it was around that time I really started to think about what I wanted to do, because it wasn't paying as well as I had hoped. I mean, granted, at the time, it was my best paying job. So there was that. But it was still not really that much. I purchased a Dodge Durango. Semi-new. Like, it was pre-owned like 2 years. And I could barely afford it. So how was I supposed to afford a family of my own if I can't even pay for a stupid car? You know what I mean? That was my train of thought. So I really started to give some serious thoughts on my career. What I wanted to do. And that's kind of why I decided, okay, you know what? I enjoy playing games. I enjoy analyzing, thinking about, so I'll be a game designer. So that's kind of what I did. I went to school to become a game designer. This is also still really early. There's a lot of problems going on with the industry, and a lot of jobs required a bachelor's. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go back to school. Went to school for programming and art. Now, at this time, I still haven't discovered that I enjoyed programming, so bear with me on this one. But I was still focused on the whole art thing. It was in school that I discovered that I wasn't great at art, that I wasn't going to be able to make a living out of it. So I decided to dual major. I was going to dual major into art and programming. That was the original goal. I don't really want to talk about this. Kind of. Okay. So, long story short, I got my degree in game design. I got a bachelor's in game design, essentially. And then the industry crashed. And the people who were exponentially more talented than me were struggling to get a job. And I decided, you know what? If I can't get a job, I'll make my own job. Because I love doing it. I really did authentically and officially enjoy doing game design. Heck, when I'm talking about game design, even earlier today, I just took a moment and looked around, like how they did it, where the textures are, like all the vertices they must have on this single map. You know, I actually gave a moment. This is years after the fact, because I just really enjoy game design. I still talk about game design, why things are, how things are, etc. But I have everything assessed, yeah. Don't worry, I'll read chat here shortly. But with the industry crash and I wasn't able to procure an artist, I had to close my doors in my company, my game company. And that was kind of the last straw for me. I was done with game design. It was an industry I knew I wasn't going to be able to make a living out of. So I quit. I just stopped. The problem was I now had a piece of paper in an industry that not only crashed, but I could not really translate to other things. And look, there's another one of these things. So what was I going to do? I was kind of in a rut. So music failed me, art failed me, game design failed me. Those are three of my passions that I no longer have. So you can kind of see where this is going. So I had a creative funk where I didn't have much of a creative outlet. I'm like, what am I going to do? Then it was suggested to me that I start writing. I'm like, I don't know. But what else was I going to do? How else was I going to get my imagination expressed? You know, how else was I going to do something creative? So I started writing. I had, strangely enough, a lot of support from my friends. I didn't expect that. And someone at my work offered to beta read and do like first pass edits. And that was huge. I'm like, how can someone who doesn't read books be an author, write a book? And that still kind of is the question I ask myself today. And that's actually one of the reasons why I started the Let's Play, the 60 minutes of writing. Because how can someone who can't read write a book? But yeah, currently, based on my past experiences, pursuing passions, my passions have dwindled. So it's like I don't enjoy doing what I used to do as much anymore because of how much they've let me down. And I don't really want that to happen to writing. And I'm hoping that if nothing comes of this this event coming up, see, I'm wrapping around it. If nothing comes around to this event at the state fair, am I going to feel that crush, you know, that hopelessness in the matter? I really don't want that to happen. But nothing's coming of my writing now, truth be told, because I'm not advertising myself, because I hate advertising myself. I really do. I hate advertising myself. But I've mentioned that many times in past streams. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, chat. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm all over the place, aren't I? Let's see. Not like Hannah is literally doing anything this entire party wants me to do. Why didn't you expect your friends to be supportive? Well, it's because I've had to do everything on my own. It all started with music. I think that's going to be the beginning. Because this is like fresh out of high school type of stuff. As I was in a band in high school, but out of high school, we actually started planning gigs and stuff like that. And when you're in a band, you depend on others. Then one of the key members got cold feet and decided to quit the band just when we were starting to get demos. We recorded demos, which unfortunately I lost. The drummer still has the demo from back in the day. But we were recording demos, we were writing songs, we were having fun, but the guitarist got cold feet and left. And when he left, because we didn't have any contract, we had nothing written, all the songs that he contributed to needed to be rewritten. And it was too much work, so the band disbanded. So music let me down at that time. And it was frustrating that I had to depend on people for something only for them to let me down, because let's face it, a lot of the time people let me down. Family, friends, it's just how it was. And the band got back together at some point, and the air was kind of leaning toward the same direction. So I decided at that time to go back to school for my bachelor's, in case you're curious where the timeline was. And then they blamed me. Or when I say they, the guitarist blamed me for ruining the band, because I decided to go back to school instead of seeing the same BS that the guitarist was doing, getting cold feet and just walking away. So I decided to go back to school. I said, screw it. I'm tired of depending on people who are going to let me down, so I decided to do things on my own. So when it came down to it, I even have that same mentality now. It's like, if I need something, I'll do it. I'll do it on my own. If I need something, I'll just get it. If I want something, I'll get it. The only time I have a problem is when I have to depend on somebody else. Whenever I have to depend on somebody else, things go wrong. That's my mentality. So I kind of grew independent from everyone's opinions. I don't care what anyone thinks in most cases. That's what I like to think. But after a while, if everyone's saying the same thing, people who don't know each other, you start to kind of believe it, you know? Is that making sense? Is that making sense, chat? I know this kind of turned into like a dour conversation or train of thought, but yeah, a little history on this guy right here. So, well, yeah, that's why my resume is pretty vast when it comes to like a musician, a game designer, a programmer, an artist, a technical artist, this and that. That's kind of why. Now you know why. All right, so I just looked at the time. So how about I get to this, what I believe is a chocobo stable, and call it a day. Call it a day. Can I just jump the fence? No? Okay. I have to go through here. Oh, this place was closed off. This place was closed off when I was here first time.
My humble ranch.
Managed to get your truck fixed?
Indeed I did. You must have been my lucky charms. She started up right after you left. Anywho, what can I do you for? You in the market for some fine-feathered friends by any chance?
Are we ever? Need 'em to get through the swamplands.
Then you have come to the right place. Back in the day, we had Republic ferries to get us from A to B, but now they're nothing but driftwood, sadly. We got the next best thing, though, chocobos. To them, a bottomless bog's no worse than a kiddie pool. Now, ladies, you're probably wondering, what gives these birds the power to glide across swamps with ease?
They are cartoons.
Would you believe that their fluffy feathers give them the buoyancy to float, while their limber legs can outrun a motorboat? Not even the dreaded Midgard-Sormer, one of the fastest fiends around, can keep up with them.
Wow.
But you don't need convincing. You just
Apparently
need
we do.
to a hard-working chocobo. Nature's two-legged limousine.
So, can we rent some?
Sure can. My grandson Billy's in the stable over yonder. He'll help you out.
Sounds like nothing came in. No. No, it's been a struggle bus one after another for me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, we've killed a lot of mobs. Let's see. I want to keep at 10 for now. Let's see. Yeah, 2 things on discount. Cushion. And another steel materia? Reduced by 100? Yeah, okay. Or reduced to 100. Okay, never mind. Bone bracelets. Alright, let's just rest our old bones and save it right hither. Sir, you don't need to sell the bird. I already know what I already know I need it and why. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, chat. Exactly what I was thinking. So, yeah, I'm sorry the conversation kind of went a little negative there for a while, but that's kind of how things have been. Didn't get a lot of support when I was a kid, even though my oldest brother supported me, like gave me the most encouragement anyone has ever have, but his encouragements were also misplaced. They were lies. So I followed lies, and that kind of led to ruin, essentially. So that's why I'm very skeptical on compliments, because I have to wonder, is this true? You know? But that's kind of how things been with me, but that's irrelevant at the point, right? I'm still nervous about the author fair though. I really am. Um, I don't know what to expect. I really don't. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about it. I wish I could be confident, like, yeah, I'm going to knock the crap out of it. No, I'm actually really nervous about it. So we'll see how things turn out. It's coming up. It's July. It's May 7th. So we have like another what, 2.5 months estimated. So I got time to try to curb that nervousness. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose I can curb it. Yeah, I'll do what I can. I still got a lot of work to do. I got like a checklist here, and I'm going through it slowly but surely. We'll see how things turn out. So it'll be great. Stop being nervous. I'm hoping. Um, I'm wondering if the limitations is quelling my expectations, but we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, this is good. This is going to be my first event at the fair. I'm building up material for not only the fair but for future events. I really want to do like events at Apple Hill and stuff like that around the general Sacramento area. Try to grow the brand a little bit around the Sacramento area, and then from there, see if I can't go to a place like Tahoe or maybe even go to another state like Oregon, maybe Nevada. See if I can start stretching, but that takes a lot of time, a lot of money, which neither of which I have at the moment because a lot of my time and money is spent at school. So, but that just about does it for this episode. If you enjoyed this dour content, like, subscribe, notifications, follow, comment, ring the bell, thumbs up. I don't know, whatever, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, any place that you're watching this from wants you to do nowadays. It changes all the time. And check out my website, JPEdgar.com. I got my books. They're audiobooks, digital books, and physical books. But the audiobooks are my jam. That's actually how I read my books nowadays, is audiobooks, because I don't read. But yeah, I never thought my books would be audiobooks. And when I heard the audiobooks for the first time, I was super excited. But I digress. I got my books, my blog, my merch, and my stream schedule. And just a reminder that my live stream, like this live stream that you're watching right now, and this video replay, which you'll probably watch right now if you're watching this now, later, are all separate channels. Those links will be in the description. Wow, really? Really? Yeah, really. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in, making fun of me along the way, just enjoying the ride. I really do appreciate it. And like always, more ridiculous to come.